Good evening, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. First up, Concord High School teacher accused of sexually assaulting student. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9, Kristen Carosa.
Burst out the door when it matters most. For more than a decade, he's been right there, everywhere. And when American jobs are on the line, he leads the charge. ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir is America's most watched newscast, and we thank you.
Adam, we are told this investigation started back in February, and yesterday investigators were able to make an arrest on this. Now, we are told 36-year-old Primo Leung is accused of aggravated rape of a child, indecent assault, and battery of a child under the age of 14 and over the age of 14. Investigators say Leung is accused of having an inappropriate relationship with a current student. The investigation also uncovered Leung had allegedly engaged in an inappropriate sexual relationship with a former middle school student between 2015 and 2016 while the victim lived in Concord. Now, at the time, Leung was working at a school summer camp in Massachusetts. Investigators made Leung aware of this investigation back on March 27th, and a few days later, officers were notified he tried to kill himself by slicing his neck and arms. Concord police then brought him to the hospital where he was arrested yesterday.
He would take students from up here in Concord to go down there and help him with that program. And that's where some assaults did occur, and it was a victim was exposed to inappropriate contact from him.
Right now, he enjoys a presumption of innocence, and we've been provided no evidence in this case. So until that happens, we can't really address the accusations.
Now, investigators do tell us Leung will be held here in New Hampshire until at least next week. Then he will be transported to Massachusetts to face those charges. We're live in Concord this noon. Kristen Carosa, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Crews rescue dog who fell through ice in Wolfboro on Wolfboro Lake. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Do you need a new roof but think you can't afford it? Our average customer pays $7,500 for a total roof replacement, and we have finance plans with payment options under $150 per month. Call today. Century Roofing, we've got you covered.
Well, a very careful journey across the ice in Wolfboro today to rescue a dog who'd fallen into Crescent Lake.
Fire and police worked to keep the dog calm and help it crawl back to the shore. You can see this wasn't far from open water. Spring warm-ups mean that the ice is too thin, we're told, to safely hold animals or people any longer.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Two Eversource workers hurt when bucket truck rolls over in Amherst. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Ray Brewer.
About an hour and a half after the accident was reported, emergency crews managed to extract the passenger from the Eversource utility truck. The man able to reach out and clasp the hand of one of those on the scene before being loaded in the ambulance. The driver of the truck was transported earlier with what was described as non-life-threatening injuries.
It appears that the vehicle just veered off the road unexpectedly on a relatively straight portion of Route 101.
The gully where the truck came to rest is usually filled with water this time of year, according to police. If this was a normal year, the cab would have been submerged, and the outcome could have been far different.
We can thank our lucky stars that is where it is, and not a little bit further up.
The cause of the accident seems fairly straightforward.
We later had a chance to talk to the driver. It appears that driver fatigue was most likely an issue. I know Eversource crews were out all night last night with the storm.
The calls reporting the accident started coming in around 6:20 in the morning, just as the morning rush hour was starting to get underway. Police say the truck was far enough off the road that they were able to keep traffic flowing. Amherst police say their investigation is just getting started, and they're interested in talking to anyone who may have witnessed this accident. In Amherst, Ray Brewer, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Today, at approximately 6:19 a.m., the New Hampshire State Police received a report of an armed home invasion that occurred at a single-family home located on Lynn Avenue in the town of Alexandria. The homeowner described what was believed to be a male and female wearing ski masks and one armed with a handgun. The suspects left the residence with an undermounted of money. The suspects fled the scene foot. A short time later, the New Hampshire State Police received the report of a motor vehicle collision also located on Lynn Avenue. When a local resident went to check on the occupants, they found that the occupants had fled, abandoning 2001 Lexus IS300. State police deployed a canine and conducted a track for the suspects. The canine led to a nearby unoccupied building. The canine was deployed into the building. One of the suspects exited the building after being bitten by the canine. She was taken into custody and treated for a dog bite. She was identified as Jessica Evans, 23 years old. The second suspect would not come out of the building. The state police SWAT team and canine searched the building for the second suspect. Due to the size of the building, it took several hours to search all the available spaces to hide. The suspect was taken into custody after being found in the rafters of the building. He was identified as Matthew Gadney, 36. Evans and Gadney are currently being charged with robbery. They are currently being processed for that crime and will be arraigned in Grafton Superior Court. New Hampshire State Police were assisted by the Alexandria, Bristol, and New Hampton Police Departments. And here are some images from the scene. Take a look. Fisher Cats ready for opening day. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9, Kevin Skarupa.
I'll tell you, Adam, it is nothing but sunshine out here right now, and it is beautiful. The sun feels gorgeous. Obviously, we have the wind to contend with this afternoon, but should be starting to come down later on this evening. My grandchild is here with me, and I'll tell you, what a beautiful scene this is out here. Nothing but sunshine, and ready for opening night for the defending champs.
We are so excited for opening day, and yes, beautiful sight seeing that that puppy running.
Yeah, I'll tell you, give me just a couple of quick notes about this thing. I don't think television does this complete justice.
So that's a full HD video board. There's over 2 million LED, high-def LED bulbs in there. You know, it's like earlier, 1,850 square feet total space, which is similar to the size, the full area that we had prior to putting this new video board up. Great HD production room now. MLB TV, everything will be all high definition, have replay, great partner with Service Credit Union doing that as well, and we're excited I can't wait for everybody to see this in person, because as you said, it doesn't do it justice until you see it in person. It's crisp.
It is truly a major league scoreboard when you walk in and you just look at it. So tonight, game time, 6:35, the Binghamton Rumble Ponies here this evening. You guys are the defending champs, and so this is one of those seasons that's got to be really exciting. The fans are going to be ready to go.
Yeah, they're ready, we're ready, the team's ready. We have 10 returning players, some of our pitching staff, Taylor Salcedo. We also had Andrew Case, that was on the 2010 from the pitching staff, or not 2010, 2018 Championship Series. So we're excited. I know those guys are ready. Mike Mordecai, our manager, and the coaching staff, Vince Horseman, you know, those guys they're pumped, they're ready to go, put on a good show for our fans today. So we're excited.
So 6:35 this evening, magnetic schedule handouts, as well as, of course, fireworks. Got to have that for opening night.
It wouldn't be an opening night or a great way to kick off the season without our Atlas fireworks shows. They do such a phenomenal job, and it's one of our fan favorites. So I figured let's start the season with it.
Yeah. NHFisherCats.com for all the information. First game tonight right here at 6:35. It should be a fantastic evening.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Ready for Fisher Cats, and I have my New Hampshire Fisher Cats shirt on. Go Fisher Cats. Get ready to celebrate 2 championship teams at a historic Fenway opener. Take a look at this video from WCPB.
Well, we got an exciting day coming up on Tuesday. Thankfully played a little bit better last night. We'll get back on track. It's been a tough start to the season, but we're going to celebrate Boston championships on Tuesday. We've had a great tradition of celebrating and recognizing Boston teams and their championships. So we're excited to celebrate 2 championships that took place.
What can you share about the plans tonight?
Well, we've invited the Patriots, and we're ecstatic that they're going to be there. It'll be a great day.
We're talking race attendance and everything.
Oh yeah, well, we got to have some surprises, but there'll be a connection between past championship Red Sox teams and the present championship team. So we're grateful. You know, John Henry, Tom Werner, these guys have won 4 championships, and now we're hungry for more.
Okay, and there you go. Watch Conversation with the Candidate with John Hickenlooper. And that airs this evening at 7 o'clock p.m. Ohio Rep. Tim Ryan joins race for White House. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Breaking political news now. Ohio Congressman Tim Ryan is running for president. He made his candidacy official on The View just half an hour ago. The Democrat will hold a kickoff rally in Ohio on Saturday, and he will be in New Hampshire next week.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And we'll share the details where he'll be going to in New Hampshire. And now let's take a look at your U.S. stock market and see how your U.S. stock market closed for this Thursday evening. And here's a look at that U.S. stock market for your Thursday evening. Your Dow Jones Industrial Average closed in the green and went up. Your Nasdaq closed in the red and went down. S&P 500 closed in the green and went up. Gold closed in the green and went up. Oil closed in the green and went up. U.S. 10-year closed in the green and went up. Euro/USD closed in the... Euro/USD closed in the green and went up. And VIX closed in the red and went down. Dow climbs more than 150 points. S&P 500 posts first 6-day winning streak in over a year. The Dow Jones Industrial Average and S&P 500 rose on Thursday as investors awaited for more news on a potential trade deal between China and the U.S. And we are following breaking news into our newsroom. Authorities say the teen claiming to be missing Timothy Pitts is not him. Police say the individual was actually a 23-year-old man from Ohio. Let's take a listen to this video.
Or deluxe, 2 new ways to leave you speechless. Pair it with any size soft drink for just $1.
Breaking at this hour, could it be a major break in a national case? A boy missing since he was 6 years old tonight. Has he been found alive all these years later? A 14-year-old boy who claims he escaped a hotel, ran across a bridge, across state lines, and police want to know, is this the boy? Timothy Pitson was just 6 when he was last seen with his mother. The school's security camera capturing this moment right here. ABC's Whit Johnson on the fast-moving investigation tonight.
Tonight, this stunning discovery has a boy who made national headlines, last seen when he was just 6 years old, now been found. The call to police in Kentucky came in early this morning about a boy claiming he'd just escaped kidnappers who'd held him for years.
He's with a 14-year-old juvenile, male white, says he was kidnapped from somewhere.
The 14-year-old identifying himself as Timothy Pitson, a boy who mysteriously vanished in Illinois. That surveillance with his mother in 2011. Police say the boy ran across a bridge into Kentucky after escaping his captors who were staying at a nearby Red Roof Inn.
He looked like he had been beat up, yes, punched in the face a couple of times. You could see the fear on him and how nervous he was and how he kept pacing, and he just looked odd.
The boy describing his kidnappers as 2 white men built like bodybuilders, one with black hair with a spider tattoo on his neck, the other short with a snake tattoo on his arms. Tonight, investigators are working to confirm whether this boy is in fact who he claims to be. Pitson's father, desperate to find him.
It was just more devastated than anything else. Where's Tim at? If I knew where he was, I'd go get him. I'd do just about anything to get him back.
His father telling Investigation Discovery back in 2015 how he and his wife were having problems when she took Timothy away without warning on a 3-day trip to the zoo and water parks where the boy was last seen on surveillance. His mom later checking into a motel alone where she took her own life, leaving behind a note saying Timothy would never be found.
She indicated that Timothy was somewhere safe with people who would love and care for him.
For years, detectives searched. This age progression showing what he might look like today. Tonight, after 8 long years, Timothy's family is anxiously waiting for word.
I'm very hopeful that it's him and that he's okay and he's been in a good place when he was gone, that he's going to come back to us. very cautiously hopeful. And if it turns out to be him, we'll be thrilled.
David, we know the teen is getting medical care while investigators are still trying to confirm his identity. Also tonight, the FBI and police in Illinois are working together on this case, trying to track down those two men believed to be driving a white Ford SUV with Wisconsin plates. David?
All right, Whit Johnson in Kentucky for us. Whit, thank you.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that's going to do it for this edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. And I'll see you back here tomorrow morning for another newscast. And I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Good night, everyone. Bye.